I'm hungry. I want a cheeseburger. Scratch that. I want 2 cheeseburgers. I'm gonna need a Blackstone now. Let's do it. This video is not sponsored by anyone. So I've had this interesting little issue, 2 issues really, where the outdoor kitchen here has had a puddle of water right in this general area. And it's been random. I hadn't been able to nail down what the deal was with the story with it. I had this assumption because I would get a lot of ice buildup in that fridge, and then it would all melt, and I'm assuming there's a modern day fridge that it is a self defrosting, refrigerator, and that it was just a design flaw for it to wind up leaking out on the countertop. I think I'm wrong. My other problem is that my Blackstone is very rusty. Like excruciatingly rusty. If you see it looks messy, I leave the bacon grease all over the top. One of those silly little theories that I made up in my head that I'm keeping it from rusting on the top. We have been through a lot of rain recently. A lot of rain. And I noticed some dripping. Now, I've noticed dripping in 2 different occasions. I've noticed that when this roof is up, or this hatch, that I would get dripping from up here, and I just assumed that it was coming through the hinges and dripping down. And I was like, oh, I need to go out there and close that. Because I've also got, this is rotted down here. I mean, it needs to go. It needs to be replaced. I've thought about redesigning this. And that's not just because of a leak that I've had when we overran this sink one time on a travel day. That wasn't the reason. Now I'm noticing that there's a piece of tape like right here that looks like it's part of the wall paneling coming down. It's Kaylin's bed is above here. And it looks like the water is dripping in from there. Uh-oh. Let's take a closer look. See that piece of tape? So before, I thought I was getting dripping coming in from here, in the back side of this hinge. But now I know for certain there was water coming off this tape right here. So that's Kaylin's bedroom right there. So you see I've got the silicone up here, I'm guessing, is going bad. It needs to be replaced and may have been in bad shape the whole time. I hope that's it. Because if it's worse, it could be her window or it could be the roof. I've looked up here at this roof. I know it looks ugly, but I really don't think that we've got a leak coming from the roof down. It makes a lot more sense that we're catching rain at this seal above this frame, the frame for this hatch. And that it's dripping through. So that would tell me why I had a puddle of water. It's coming from excessive rain, and why I have a rusty Blackstone, because while we drive, this is where the Blackstone sits. So I'm not seeing any moisture go down really much down here. I mean, this is getting wet, but it's nothing back here is getting wet. It's bizarre. But this just stresses the importance of checking the silicone seals everywhere. That didn't even have silicone on the side. That's just like a foam. I'm gonna have to get obsessive about silicone. Silicone! So I haven't cared too much about cleaning the Blackstone because it got so rusty. But now I'm thinking if I fix this all up, I might be able to have a Blackstone that's in better shape. Ultimately, my dream is to have this size Blackstone in a drawer right here. This RV came with a different brand, I think Suburban, a smaller one, which I could never seem to get to work. I just took the whole drawer and the grill out, left it in our storage unit. But I would love that if instead of having to take all this out and set up all those legs like you saw earlier in this video, if I could just walk out here, pull that out, make some eggs, make some bacon, make some cheeseburger, and then when it's cooled off, just push it back in. Like, oh no, it's raining. Push it back in and close it up. I appreciate what the manufacturer was going for. I just think the little 17-inch grills are a little small for our size family. I like this 22-inch.
Yeah, but they might come back later.
Seems like these days you get like 4 beef patties for a burger for like 10 bucks, 12 bucks, depending, you know. Frozen, it seems like they're maybe 6, maybe. I like this 8. Like, guess how many buns come in a bag? 8. Why are you selling me different numbers? So I appreciated this. We found this at the Price Chopper in town. There will be a video on grocery stores in this area. Haha! Love this laser thermometer. Travel days, I use it in the truck to temp tires and hubs and brakes. Grilling day, I use it on the Blackstone. Check my zones. This side's getting extra hot. This side's not quite hot enough. Getting about 430. This side was 480. Interesting shape. Forgot about that part. You ready for the sizzle? So I'm sure some people would probably appreciate the fresh burgers better. They are nice, but cost-wise, this is a bit more effective. One of the things that we like to try to do to save money when we want to try to avoid eating out is we'll spend the extra money on the nicer foods at the grocery store. Kind of a, you know, treat yourself. When we were trying not to eat out, like instead of going out on a Friday night, getting the higher quality burger or a more expensive pizza that you can make at home. Can't always be the cheapest. Sometimes you got to splurge a little bit because otherwise you will go a little crazy. I mean, if you've got the ability to always be cheap, always eat the ramen, never eat anything nicer, more power to you. But I have the feeling that you're probably going to want to step outside of that box every once in a while, the cheap box, and buy yourself something a little bit nicer. So it's kind of like treating yourself within reason. Instead of always eating meat from a can, buy yourself that little filet mignon and cook it up. Just don't do that every day. This last one's a bugger. There we go. Just shy of taking my hand off. I really appreciate having the outdoor kitchen simply for having the outdoor sink. That's been one of the nicest things for me. Sprinkled some Montreal steak seasoning on the burgers, except for the 2, which Kira will eat. Try to make sure not to put them on the other side after I flip them. So everybody gets 2 buns. Wait, did you just take my buns? Sure, you can have my buns. So we just have the one knife?
Maybe it's probably more.
We're at that weird point in our journey where we've run out of plastic knives. Anybody who's ever bought those packs where it's got forks, spoons, and knives knows that it gets kind of weird trying to not have too many knives. Now we've gone the other way. We're out of knives. What is
That.
Talking to the people out there in YouTube land. What is your favorite thing to put on your hamburgers or cheeseburgers? Let us know in the comments.
Pickles, ketchup, and mustard in there.
I love to put lettuce on my sandwich.
He's saying burger.
Tanya is actually warming up chili right now to put on her burger.
Excuse me.
Sounds good, right?
You might get the
chicken pox.
The what? What? That really confused me, Kira. Why would she get the chicken pox from warming up chili to put on her cheeseburger?
I didn't know.
Is it done already?
Yes.
Wow. Did that little trick again where this is on low and this is off. All my burgers are at the desired temp. Probably should have put my cheese out here a little sooner. Cabot. Cabot. We found Cabot American slices. I didn't even know that was an option. We're not huge on American cheese, but I know it's used with Philly's cheesesteaks. And I did just buy some cheesesteak meat to start playing around on this grill. So now we can do it with Cabot. It's Cabot. I just got one little bone to pick with Cabot though. 9 slices? What's that all about? You know the baker's dozen, 12 donuts plus 1 extra, 13. I think we're just going to go ahead and call the cheese 9 slices. The chef's selection. Oh,
Stop bunny. Stop bunny. Stop bunny.
yeah, I'm ready.
Smell like a fresh cheese bag.
Touche. So we want to give a shout out to Noel and Michelle, who they came up and approached us today while we were walking Daisy. And they're like, hey, we stayed next to you at Moody Beach.
Yes, that was
Yes,
cool.
you did. I mean, like right next to
Hey,
us.
I know exactly who you are. You were in the Class A. And
Yeah.
they're like, yes. Nice.
That's one of these things about the Full-Time Life or even the 1,000 Trails thing. Start bumping into people again.
Yeah, that was cool. Thank you for stopping and saying
Yes.
hello. That was cool.
And then we just got to meet Pam and Mark and their
Yeah.
dog Bella.
Yes. Very nice people. They actually have an open range like us.
Yep. And they were like, wow, another open range. We've never seen one before.
Yeah. And they're like, we could come tour yours and you can tour ours. And we're like, I don't know about that.
There's a young lady trying to get our attention off camera.
Yes.
Why don't you come around here and get on camera? Oh. No? Okay.
Come tell us.
Hang on. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just
Yes.
a minute. Okay.
Oh.
Let's finish it up.
Hi.
All right.
Okay.
That's it for today. That's it.
That's it.
That's all we got.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
Besides the burgers. Did you get the burgers?
Oh, yeah. I filmed cooking the burgers, setting up the Blackstone. We good.
Good.
All right.
They were delicious.
Remember, life happens.
Don't let it stop you, cheese bags. I'm gonna say that from now on.
Stay
You
fresh.
should say it on camera.
Yeah.
You should say it on camera.
Don't let it stop you, cheese bags.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Stay fresh. Cheese bags. I don't know. What should I say? Stay dry, bath wipe.